welcome to our final Friday Night Lights of this season. It's unbelievable that 12 weeks, 13 weeks now just flew right on by. I'm Tim O'Brien along with Talia Latoy. We made it, man.
Somehow we did.
Made it. Didn't feel like it at times, right?
Not at all.
It certainly didn't. Well, each week, Gil Rutenberg, the GM of Honda the Desert, he gave out $250 to an offensive and defensive player of the week. Here's a look at some of the winners throughout the season.
We kind of try to tell you guys, it's payday on Friday night, man. I got some money. Hugo, send the ball.
For Brooke.
To receive this $250, you got to beat me in push-ups. Really? You can do it? You guys say you can do it?
Yeah, you can do it.
All right, whatever you do, how many can you do? Let me spit. How many can you do? All right, so you know it doesn't matter how many you're going to do. Whatever you do, I'll do one more. How about that? All right, go ahead. Oh, man.
20. Grind them out. Grind them out. Grind them out.
Let's go. I told you, whatever you do, man, I'm going to do one more. One more. Good job, though. You got the 80 push-ups, man. Congratulations. Let's get a picture with you and your team.
That's just so funny, Tim. Like, I can't get over his push-up thing.
That kid did 80 push-ups, by the way. 80.
And he still did one more.
Yeah, he sure did.
Well, still ahead on Friday Night Lights. This year we didn't have one or two Desert Empire title champs. We had three. And this marks 6 in a row for Palm Desert. We'll hear from one of their big men on the D-line right after this.
Electric, the student crowd there. Let's go ahead and talk about the Desert Empire League, though. The 3 league champions for the first time ever. But this was number 6 in a row for Palm Desert, with Coach McCombs leading them to another title.
Yeah, and we actually got to catch up with one of the players on the front lines, junior Daniel Herrera. And he's a stud, Tim, not only on the gridiron, but also on the mat.
This is the most fun I've had playing football in all my years at PD. I don't know what it was. It was just a great season playing with my boys. It's a lot of discipline. That's the first thing you're going to learn there. If you don't do discipline, you're paying the price for it. You know, that's the first thing you learn. And McCombs just the guy. He'll get you to run through a brick wall for him somehow, in some way. He'll make you do it.
Now let's go through some accolades. Your sophomore year, state heavyweight championship. Our friends at Desert Sun named you male athlete of the year this year, and you're now headed to Iowa State for not 1, but 2 sports, and you still have 1 more year to graduate. Explain it all to me. How does it feel?
It feels, you know, going through the recruiting process and all that, it was a lot of pressure, you know, choosing, because you put in the work for so long, like pretty much almost your whole life. And then now you got like a few colleges, and you got to choose one to like decide the rest of your life. And so when I took that visit to Iowa State, I just felt like home, like the moment I met everyone. And so I know all that, it just puts a target on my back. It's something I've been used to for a long time. So well, not really any much pressure anymore. Just got to go out there and go get it.
How does that feel to make a name for yourself in both sports at the next level?
It feels great, you know, kind of have someone like kids in the Valley to look up to. Because I used to look up to, when I go to my sister's, when I used to go to my sister's Shadow Hills game, James Tolan was the guy that I looked up to. I wanted to be just like him. But now when I went into high school, you know, I got bigger, and then now I'm that person that the kids look up to. It feels amazing. Do it to prove all the doubters out there, you know, before that, like, you know, you can't do it. But I've been doing it my whole life pretty much since I was 5 years old. So just remembering why and who I do it for.
Yeah, Tim, what a great guy. You met him when he came in studio. We were all, he's just such a great guy and super soft-spoken, but just a huge unit.
Jealous of his size, by the way.
Same?
Yeah, story of my life. Hey, still ahead tonight, we'll hear from one of the brightest stars in the Valley, a young sophomore that just emerged onto the scene, and he's just getting started. We'll be right back.
All right, and Tim, now let's talk about our East End Warriors. The Coachella Valley Mighty Arabs just had a dominating season, to say the least, and a lot of that was coined to a beast in the backfield, sophomore Aaron Ramirez.
I don't even, I'd say crazy for sure, Just me and my teammates, just my teammates pushing me to be better, to be a better person, better man, you know, just to grow into be a better person, yeah, just mostly my teammates just pushing me. Beginning of the season, you know, I shout out Coach Roy, Coach Espinoza, you know, for letting me go into the weight room. Just every day, 6 a.m. off season, just getting better, you know, getting stronger, faster, more explosive, everything, you know, just getting better.
And you started the year off Aaron 1K. You are now Aaron 2K. Do we have an Aaron 3K coming up? What's going on with that?
I mean, I was going off the yards, you know, I tried to get the 2K, but obviously I got hurt. I mean, it is what it is, but for the 3K, that's for sure. That's a hopefully. This is just a blessing, you know, being out here with the people that, well, I just mostly been with them. Ever since I joined the team, I felt welcomed, you know. Just like I said, shout out Coach Roy, shout out Coach Espinoza for letting them be in the weight room with everybody, just being better.
Yeah, and he's just getting started, Tim. That's incredible.
The kid's a stud. The whole program is great, full of coaches, from Coach Johnson to Coach Hondo and all the guys that make up the Mighty Arabs. But there's a couple holes to fill with their senior class on the way out. Certainly not a secret. Here's what Coach Castillo had to say about the season.
It's an adventure. They started off strong, then they had that one setback, but then they just kept on going. You know, they found their groove, found what worked. Guys were like just coming up, you know, playing every game, winning every game. Focusing on, you know, they did good on offense, good on defense. Everything was clicking at one point. And then we had our low when our kid got hurt, Aaron got hurt, you know, sprained ankle. That was a low of the season. But the other boys picked it up, you know, they kept on going, kept on had a couple of tough wins there at the end, especially against India, but they kept it up. And then I think going forward, I mean, we still have a lot of kids coming back, a lot of young guys. Our line will still be strong. Our running back's still there. We have a young group of young kids at JV level. They went 9-1 as well this past year. So they had a lot of success as well. A lot of those boys are going to come up, fill some spots, you know, and just keep going. Our coaching staff's they're on board, and just got to keep getting those boys better.
Yeah, that's super exciting stuff from the Mighty Arabs over on our East End. But still to come on Friday Night Lights, from last place to a league championship in the DEL. We'll hear final thoughts from the La Quinta head coach coming up next.
Plus, Indio head coach Daniel Hayes gives us his thoughts on the season. It's all coming up next. Welcome back. The Indio Raj is back in the playoffs this season for the first time in 20 years. Their head coach, one of the best in the business, teaching the group more than just football on and off the field. We had a chance to catch up with head coach Daniel Hayes earlier today.
You know, I saw something that you had mentioned. You turned a girls basketball program around.
Right.
You came in here now, took a couple years, turned this program around. I'm not saying this because you're here in front of me. Out of all the schools we've covered, I spent 3.5 years in West Texas covering high school football. I've never seen a team respond to their coach like your team does. They are disciplined. There's respect there. I think that's just a testament to the person you are, the coach you are. The team loves you, and I think it's great.
Yeah, I appreciate that. A lot of hard work, dedication, you know, and I think a lot of the kids, as long as you show them that you care about them and you're there for them, I think they'll give you everything they got.
And it came down to you had a chance to win the league in that final game of league play. I mean, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
I mean, that you guys played, you turned it up when it mattered most. And even, and I know it's probably still a little sore to talk about that playoff game, but I mean, again, in the end of the game, you're still right there. Everything was within just a grasp. So nobody quit. All right, the season didn't end after 3 weeks. This was a good group.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, tremendous. And we grew a lot over the year. When I first got here, I think we had maybe 50, 60 guys in the entire program. Then this year we had about 90, about 92. And so, and everybody had fun. And
one last thing, just overall, how would you don't necessarily have to put a grade on it, but how would you view the season in a whole, right? Championship or bust, that can't be the mindset all the time.
No, I would say we're probably a B+.
Okay.
I'm a hard grader, for me, but just off our work ethic and what we were able to do this year, I'd have to give us a B+.
Well, look, you and the coaches did an A+. This is a good group, man. Good, respectful kids, and it was a pleasure covering India this year for sure.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much.
Awesome stuff. But Tim, the La Quinta Blackhawks were the last team standing in the Valley this fall. A surprise to most, but it wasn't a surprise to head coach Juan Ruiz.
We had fun. The kids had a blast. We as coaches, the community, the high school, it was fun. It was fun to see our kids step up and work hard, and their hard work paid off. There was a point there where we were 0-3. We were 1-4. We had a 3-game losing streak, and we just stuck to focusing on the things we can control. And that's the one thing I told the kids. There's 2 things you can control, and that's your attitude and your energy. It's memories that kids will have for the rest of their lives. Coaches as well, and it's good for the community, for our high school. We'd been struggling for a little bit, and this was an injection of energy that I think is needed, and we're excited to build on this, to continue to build on this.
Was everyone from the corner of the Valley, from other high schools, coming to cheer you guys on, students, parents. How does that feel to you and your team?
Well, that's a great feeling. It's awesome to see. We are a small area, and we all support each other, especially within our league. Any Desert Empire League going on, moving on to bigger and better things is great for our league in general. So it was good to see and hear other coaches from other schools reach out, congratulating and wishing us good luck. And it's a good feeling, but we would do the same for anybody else as well. So.
I do want to say, Tim, after the interview, he was so thankful for, our coverage and, covering, especially over there for us. And, I was like, it's a pleasure for us to do that.
It's interesting to see these guys outside of the game, right? Once they step off the field for a moment, they're completely different guys, and not in a bad way. They're not bad even on the field. They're in the moment. Competition will bring that out in you, but they're just so nice off field. It's really been a pleasure. We did it. This is our last show.
I can't believe we did
crushed
it. We made it.
Tali has been a rock star. She emerged through the scene like Aaron Ramirez did in the Coachella Valley. Of course, Rob and Nikki are producers on this program. Max, the best director in the game. His crew, Edgar and Nick, of course. Ben, Arslan, and Eddie, they're the boots on the ground providing the coverage of the game. So we couldn't do it without any of you guys. And then some of the regulars here that aren't a part of the show, their schedules changed because of it.
Absolutely.
So we thank you all, and we will see you back here next fall.